Well, I know you guys all kind of.
Ready, Deb?
Yes, I am.
Time is 3 o'clock on July 9th, 2024. I'm calling to order the Board of Equalization. With us today, we have Commissioner Kelly, Warren, Mixon, and Klug, as well as our County Engineer, Denny Wilson, Deb Hotelling, Register of Deeds, Jeff Mikesell, our Treasurer, Dan Pittman, our County Assessor, and Bonnie Moore, our County Administrator. Please silence your cell phones and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Agenda item 4.1, the equalization agenda minutes of our last meeting.
Motion to approve. Second.
A motion by Warren, second by Kelly. Please vote. Agenda item, oops, sorry, Deb, getting ahead of you.
Okay, A's for, wait a minute. Don, do you want to abstain because you weren't here last week, or do you want to go ahead and vote?
Well, I already
I
voted.
don't care.
Seconded.
Pardon?
I was there in spirit.
All right, good. A's for,
I actually
absent
listened to the
Burmeister.
meeting on
We'll
my
just put
phone.
you right on. All right. Okay, go ahead.
Agenda item 4.2, public hearing and action, tax exemption application form 451 for St. Patrick's Church of Gretna 0103-23775 and First City Church 0103-85134 and 0103-85215 for tax exemption on real and personal property by qualifying organizations. Dan Pittman, County Assessor.
Good afternoon. These were all approved or recommended for approval by the county assessor. One is St. Patrick's Church in Gretna. It's a single-family residence used as a pastor's quarters. The other is First City Church in Bellevue. One is the church building itself, and the other is a single-family residence.
Thank you, Dan. Any questions for Dan?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion from Warren, second by Mixon.
Commissioners, this is a public hearing.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
This is a public hearing. Is there anybody from the public that wishes to speak to this item? All right, hearing none. We have a motion and a second.
Jim, did you make the motion on that?
Yes, I did.
Okay, there we go. Okay, it came through. Go ahead.
Please vote.
Did you hit your button?
Who are we missing?
I can't.
Gary, can you vote?
No, I've got the four
I'm gonna
against.
put it in
and-
for you
Oh,
then.
yeah, never mind.
Okay, A's for, absent Burmeister.
Boy.
4.3, notice of valuation changes over and unders. Dan Pittman, Assessor.
Do you have any questions on these?
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion by Kelly, second by Mixon. Please vote.
A's for, absent Burmeister.
4.4, notice of valuation changes. 4.5.6, approvals. Once again, Dan Pittman.
These are the Form 456, which is a special evaluation application.
Any questions for Dan?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Warren, second by Mixon. Please vote.
A's for, absent Burmeister.
And 4.5, report of destroyed property, Form 425 for Jody Dragon, parcel 0112688824. Dan Pittman.
This is a parcel that was 100% destroyed. It was a 1989 Sandpoint manufactured home in Bellevue, Washington Terrace. We have an inspection and photographic evidence that it was destroyed and that they've hauled it away. So it does meet all the requirements in the assessor's opinion for destroyed real property, and the new assessed value for this year would be 0.
Thank you, Dan. Any questions for the assessor?
I have, not related to this, but related to Form 425, Dan. As we go forward, obviously, we had some pretty significant hail in Sarpy County at the end of June. We've had some flooding as well in some parts. What is can you just explain for the public the process then? Because what we also have is, it was right at the end of June, and I know one has a July 15th. I'm just trying to get out information of what residents can do to work with your office if they have damage. So
They have till Monday to file destroyed real property application. That's the deadline for this year. The ones that we have received that were had anything to do with the storms were hail and guttering and window damage, and they didn't come up to at least 20% of the assessed value, so they wouldn't receive any consideration.
but they will if there's so much damage, if they will need to work with your office if they do not get it fixed for this year, correct? Because January 1, their property is going to still be damaged. And what do they need to do in that case?
No, if, are you talking about the storms that happened after January 1st?
Yes.
Okay, the only recourse they have is the destroyed real property form, and they have until Monday to file that.
Okay, no. Now, they also have, if, say you have hail damage. I had hail damage on my house, and I wasn't able to get it fixed this year because there's just so much damage, and unfortunately, you know, not everyone's going to have their property fixed. So January 1, I still have hail damage. How do I just work with your office, or do I have to file something next year?
They filed a protest in June for this year. So if something had happened after January 1st and before the end of the filing period in June, they could have filed a valuation protest, and we could consider all that and see if it would matter.
Well, we did one last year, so it would matter.
Yeah.
Okay. So the only thing I'm trying to, we're going to get enough protests the way it is. The only thing I'm trying to come up with is, if you have storm damage and you're going to have a damage report, but it just didn't get fixed in time, it's January 1. So can't they just come to your office on January 1 and say, I have this, I want this noted, because the value of my house isn't what you're going to say, it should be less of the damage that I have?
If they would have contacted us after January 1st, of course, the 15th of January is our preliminary value date, we would have done an inspection and made a recommendation. And then during the Board of Equalization in the month of June, we would have made a recommendation to the referees to make a change.
Okay. So again, I'm just trying to shortcut this. I'm just trying to make it as easy as possible on citizens to do this. So should they be coming to your office in December then and saying, my roof didn't get fixed, or the hail damage didn't get fixed? It was the storm of the end of June, it's not fixed, here's the information.
Yeah, they can come and talk to us anytime and disclose what the situation is with the property.
Okay, would you be able to, whatever you would want them to do, would you be able to work with Bonnie and then maybe Katie? We can put this, we just need to get people the information, I believe. Okay, I appreciate that, thank you.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion from Warren, second by Kelly. Please vote.
Ayes 4, absent Burmeister.
All agenda items having been addressed as published, the Board of Equalization is adjourned.
Okay.
Ready? All right. It's now 3:10, calling to order the Board of Commissioners. Present today, we have Commissioners Kelly, Warren, Mixon, and Klug, as well as our county engineer, Denny Wilson, Register of Deeds, Deborah Hoteling, Treasurer, Jeff Mikesell, and our county administrator, Bonnie Moore. Commissioners' announcements and comments. Good comments?
None.
Any comments, Commissioner Mixon?
I think I'm going to make one, since that was the last meeting, we're in a different meeting. Just to all of our residents in Sarpy County, if you had any type of damage to your property, check with the assessor's office to see what your remedies are.
Anything,
No
Bonnie?
comments.
All right, moving on to the consent agenda. These items are business that are usual and routine, which are expected to adopt without dissent. Is there anything that anybody would like to see moved to the regular agenda? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Kelly, second by Mixon. Please vote.
Ayes 4, absent Burmeister.
All right, moving on to the regular agenda, item 5.1 is the minutes of the July 2nd, 2024 meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Warren, second by Mixon. Please vote.
Ayes 3, abstain Kelly, absent Burmeister.
All right, Resolution 5.2, Resolution 2024-193, possible vacation of right-of-way at 180th Street North of Cape Hart. Ryan and Amanda Wenigren. Andrea Gosnell Parker.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Today, there is a resolution before you. The resolution put before the board is to deny the request for the vacation of the right-of-way. This is consistent with the engineer's recommendation. Prior to today, the applicant filed their application, the electors were verified. The engineer provided their recommendation. Public hearing was held after it was published for 3 weeks. Zach is here from the engineer's office if you have any questions about their recommendation. Otherwise, if you have any questions for me, I can answer them.
Any comments or questions from commissioners?
Motion to approve the engineer's recommendation.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Kelly, second by Mixon. Please vote.
Ayes 4, absent Burmeister.
All right, before we go to agenda item 5.3, we're going to go to agenda item 6.1, an executive session.
Okay, for the protection of the public interest, I move we go into executive session to discuss a legal matter, personnel matter, and a legal matter.
Second.
We have a motion by Kelly, second by Mixon. Please vote. And I believe we're heading
Ayes
back.
4, absent Burmeister.
All right, it's now 3:34. We'll go into, no, I'm sorry, Chairman. It's now 3:34. At 3:14, we went into executive session where our discussion was restricted to a personal matter and legal matter. I need a motion to return to regular session.
So moved. Second.
Your guess is as good as mine on that one, Deb.
Whoever pushes the button, I'll take it.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Please vote.
Ayes 4, absent Burmeister. All right, now we're going back to,
All right, agenda item 5.3, resolution 2024-192, promotion of Robert Geese to road operations manager and to acknowledge the disclosure of immediate family relationship that currently exists between Robert Geese and Danielle Geese, Chief Deputy of Public Works. Denny Wilson, is Denny here? Does he wish to say anything? Denny's not here. This was discussed, and based upon the personnel rules and regulations, Rule 6, General Terms and Conditions, Regulation 1 for nepotism, the board's determined that we need some additional information before we can make a motion or a recommendation upon this resolution. So we're going to go
are
ahead
you
and
just not going to, we're not going to table, we're just not going to address it?
just not going to address it
Okay,
at this
that's
time.
fine. Let me get it out of here then so I can go. Okay.
All right, resolution 5.4,
Did you want to read that into the record or
I
no?
think Deb has it for the record.
Yeah, I'll file it with the record.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Deb. Resolution 2024-170, AIA, document B133-2019, with confluence for architectural and engineering services for jail demolition and site redevelopment for the amount of $160,960. Deputy Administrator Scott Bovick.
Thank you, Commissioners. As you know, we built a new correctional center, and we've moved in and been operating there for the last year or so. And one of the things that the board has slated is for the old facility to be demolished and then replaced with some parking so that the customers and the visitors to our campus will be able to park in that area and access the courthouse. This is an agreement with Confluence. They're an architecture firm. It also has as part of their team a structural engineering firm. Their name is Performance Engineering. They come highly recommended. We just want to make sure as we pursue the demolition of the facility that we have a structural engineer on board to make sure that it's done safely and protects the surrounding property and protects the public and done in an efficient manner. They also have on their team civil engineers that'll help with the redevelopment of the site once the old jail is demolished. Obviously, they're going to start working on that. We have a timeline, over the next 6 months or year to complete all that work, but we wanted to get the firm on board. So when we do these building projects, the delivery model that's worked really well for us is the construction manager at risk. And so I know the commissioners have participated in that. I think Commissioner Kelly participated in the CMAR process to hire a firm that constructed the jail. So that process will start in the next 90 days. We'll select or get proposals from the various construction firms that we've worked with that have done a good job, and we'll go through a selection process to bring them on board. We think that's really beneficial to have that construction firm on board while we're doing design because they always have good insights about how to proceed with construction and phasing, and then also a really good handle on costs. So you will see that come before you probably in the next 90 to 120 days to select that construction firm. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
Thanks, Scott. Any questions for Scott?
So the 161,000 is going to be the fee for the construction manager at risk?
No, that's the fee for the architectural and structural engineering and civil engineering firm, and it's a not to exceed. That when we get the construction manager, they'll come back to us with a guaranteed maximum price.
Okay.
And then that's what we'll hold them accountable to.
All right, thank you. Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion by Kelly, second by Warren. Please vote.
Ayes 4, absent Burmeister.
Item 5.5, Resolution 2024-191, Professional Services Agreement with JEO Consulting Group, Inc., for the design of road improvements to 222nd Street and 225th Street, Lincoln Road to Harrison Street in the amount of $99,580. Once again, Deputy Administrator Scott Bovick.
So this is an agreement amendment with JO Consulting Group. They've previously done quite a bit of work on this corridor, 225th Street and 222nd Street specifically. We kind of call this our rural road network in Northwest Sarpy County, and there continues to be things developing out there. The Gretna School District has purchased 160 acres for a possible new site. Lost Trail Golf Course is located out there, the Gretna Soccer Club, and then also various rural and commercial and agricultural development. We did, just to give the board some perspective, we dropped a pin and drew a circle around this entire area, and it comes back showing us that there's about $500 million worth of property valuation out there. And so it's an area that's needed some attention in terms of this rural road network that you see highlighted in yellow. This agreement is for about $100,000 to have JAO finish the design, provide us some phasing, provide us some cost estimates, provide us what we call right-sized improvements for an area like this, because we know it's going to be more rural, not urban. It'll be more rural, long-term. And so we've had a couple preliminary meetings with them, and with this amendment, they'll be able to provide us kind of a full path forward by this fall of 2024. And I know when we've talked with the board about long-term planning, trying to get some improvement out to this area has been a priority. So look forward to working with JAO on that. I know Commissioner Warren's been plugged in. There's a network of neighbors that are very interested in property owners. And while there's not a lot of opportunity for contributions from development, there is some out there from some of these vacant properties. So we'll make sure that we work with those properties as they develop as well. So that, happy to answer any questions.
Is it just the north-south road, or is it Giles and Cary as well, and Cornhusker?
It's for sure the 225th and 222nd Street, but we also want JAO to do a look at Cary Street, Giles, and Cornhusker, just to see what that all looks like. What you also notice here is there's not a lot of extra routes, and so some of these we might want to go ahead and improve because they're going to be a detour route, and kind of do that once and for all. So we just, we want to get away from looking at 1,000 feet stretches and kind of look at a whole area and come up with a plan. And so that's what JAO will help us with.
Okay.
And if
So is Cornhusker Road then paved to the east of, what is that, 216th?
Yep. So so Lincoln Road is paved all the way to 234th Street. Okay. Cornhusker Road is under construction to be paved to 216th. Okay. Harrison Street's under construction to be paved to 225th Street. We're not, it might seem weird to leapfrog 216th Street at this time, but what you can see here is that someday Gretna will sewer this entire area, and then at that point we'll have development that'll come in that will help us fund the cost of 216th Street. So we'll wait for them to do that at the time, but including Giles, including Cornhusker, these small stretches, make sure that there's east-west pavement throughout that properties can access. Whether or not we go all the way to 240th Street on Cary, it's a discussion we need to have in terms of affordability and need, but JAO is going to help us through that process.
So where's the Lost Rail? Is that on Cary?
Lost Rails on Cary, their access points right here, and there's some pretty significant grades in there. And then the Gretna School District has purchased property up here, then the Gretna Soccer Club is here.
Right. And then any development in the Cornhusker 222nd to 216th and Lincoln Road areas they would be on the hook to pay back the cost of the roads?
Yeah, and so I can't click on these because it's not the GIS, but you see these large open properties that would be developed, including the Gretna School District, who has been a great partner on these road projects. But that one probably needs a little more longer-term planning, a little more kind of planning with the city in those developments there. And until Gretna is able to invest in that sanitary sewer system, we probably have some time before growth actually happens.
Is Giles Road east of 216th, does that go through or no?
It does not go through. No, and there's some pretty difficult terrain there. The Highway 50 is right here. It's just right off the map, or Highway 31 and 6. So, that has to be a plan too. How does that connect?
Well, I think that area is going to develop, right? So we're going to have to figure something out.
Yep.
Looks like there's already a development up in the upper right corner there. So, okay.
Yep.
Well, it looks exciting. So I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second.
Motion by Kelly, second by Warren. Any other questions for Scott? Please vote. Thank you, Scott.
Commissioner Warren, did you vote?
Yes.
There you go. Okay, 8-4, A's for, absent Burmeister.
All agenda items having been addressed as published, the Board of Commissioners is adjourned.
Dave?
Man.